Hey guys, Alex Khan here, and I'm going to do another Splash Mountain video. And before I start, I just want to say, I got this hoodie, and I found out that apparently this hoodie is considered a female's hoodie. It's like, how would you know this is a female's hoodie? Because it appears to be unisex to me. But whatever, I'm going to wear it. I don't even care anymore. So, today's video, it's going to be Splash Mountain, as I said, and today we're going to talk about the uniforms that they wear at Splash Mountain. When I say talk about, I'm really just going to show you guys what these uniforms look like. Now, I went to Splash Mountain on Friday, looking for the t-shirt and the tumbler and the mug, and guess what? They weren't there. So I was like, hey, I'm going to salvage the situation somehow, for driving all the way out here. So I just got a lot of pictures of the cast members wearing their uniforms, and I got some footage of the cast members wearing their uniforms. So I figure, on YouTube, there aren't many videos. I don't think there's any videos actually about, that just focuses on the uniforms of Splash Mountain. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so as I said, Splash Mountain was closed initially because of technical problems. So I was fortunate enough to see all these cast members sent outside to talk to the guests and help them with their questions. So we're going to start with these two cast members who are standing out by the Briar Patch. And this is perfect because you can see two very contrasting styles of uniforms here. You can see right away that the male shirt is a lot different than the female shirt. But let's start with the male over here. So we'll start with his shirt. That's the most distinctive part of the wardrobe, I think. So the predominant color on his shirt is the blue and white, like checkered pattern. And then around his neck and by his chest, he's got like a white undershirt. But I'm gonna call it a bib though, because I'm pretty sure that's all one piece for the shirt. And then the female version, it appears to be all one color. But if you look really closely, there is a darker shade of blue or violet perhaps. And it's composed of intersecting lines. So there is actually a pattern on the female shirt as well. It's just harder to see because the colors are very similar to each other. But she also has a bib around her neck, her chest area. But it's all one color. And I'm pretty sure that's all one piece, but it's hard to tell. Now, if you look closely at the male shirt again, he is wearing a gray undergarment. You can see it go down to his wrists. And honestly, I don't know why he's wearing that, because he's not the only male cast member wearing a gray long sleeve shirt underneath his shirt. The only thing I can think of is maybe when the cast members are riding the ride to check for show effects, maybe they wear that so they don't get as wet, perhaps. I'm not really sure, though. I'm just guessing. But more importantly, if you look at the male, around his neck there is a string, and on his back you can see that he's hanging a straw hat off of his back. So I think that's really cool that these cast members had the option to wear a straw hat. It really adds to the country feel to Splash Mountain. Now, because they're in a pandemic, Disney is requiring these cast members to wear those big face masks. So the reason why he's not wearing that hat is probably because of the face mask. I don't think you can put the hat over that face mask. It'd be very uncomfortable if you did. So the pants appear to be the same. The female is wearing a short khaki shorts, whereas the male chose the long pants, also khaki. Footwear appears to be brown. I guess any form of brown is okay for the uniform, whether it be a dark brown or a lighter brown. And then the male has a water bottle laced around his belt loops there. And honestly, I think every cast member should be wearing those because it gets really hot in Florida. So moving along, there's another female cast member. She's also wearing shorts, just like the previous female cast member. But you can get a pretty good look at her face mask. You can see it goes all around her head. And then underneath the face mask is the mouth mask. And, this is all, because Disney wants to protect their employees. But from what I hear, those face masks are really hard to wear. Here we have another male cast member, but he is not wearing the gray undergarment under his shirt. So that just says that the gray undergarment is very optional. But this male cast member is wearing shorts as opposed to the previous male cast member. But if you look closely, underneath his white bib, he does appear to be wearing a shirt underneath that. So I can only assume they're wearing the undershirts and undergarments. It's probably because of the sweat. Maybe they're wearing that to keep the sweat off their main shirt uniform. So it's either from cast members getting wet on the ride when they check for show effects, or it's to protect their uniform from getting sweat all over it. So I'm starting to think it's because of the sweat. And here's another male cast member. And you can see this one is wearing the gray undergarment under his shirt. You can see his water bottle slung around his belt loop there. And this is a pretty good angle at that white undershirt, which I call a bib. And from this angle, it does look like it's all one piece. It does look more like a bib from this angle. And do you see the guy on the console there? That's the same guy that I saw at the entrance to the ride when the ride was broken down. And the male next to him is not wearing the gray undergarment shirt, but he is wearing long pants. And then there is a female Splash Mountain employee in the very back on the secondary console. It's hard to see her shirt, but it appears to be the same shirt design as the previous two cast members. Now, this picture is very revealing. If you look at the two employees who have their backs turned to the camera here, look at the female here, the female shirt, and look at the male shirt. Do you see the difference? There's actually a big difference in the design here. Because if you look, there is an opening at the midsection on the girl's shirt, and that's designed to help ventilate the employee's torso area. But if you look at the male shirt, there is no such opening on his shirt. So by design, you would think that the female is getting, better air circulation into her shirt. But I don't know what the shirts are made out of. They might be a different material. The female shirt might be a thicker material, and the male shirt might be a lighter material. So it's hard to tell who's getting, the better ventilation from these shirts without actually wearing the shirts. And if you look at the middle, there is a female cast member. She appears to be training the male cast member there. And you can tell because the male cast member has this red ribbon under his name tag, and that indicates that he is new to Disney. And here's a nice shot that I took from the queue when I was coming down the ramp. And there's a new female cast member there that we haven't seen yet. And there's also a new male cast member we haven't seen yet. If you look on the very right, you can see he's wearing the water bottle. Nothing new to point out there. And here's the same female cast member from the previous picture. And she appears to be looking at me. She's probably wondering, why am I taking a picture? And, honestly, that is kind of weird, isn't it? But, I'm doing a survey of the uniforms here. So, yeah, I just want to take a look at these uniforms because I was talking to one of the cast members and I asked her, how long has that current uniform been used by the cast members? And she told me she worked there for 2 years. Not this cast member, but a different cast member. But for 2 years she's worked there, and it's always been that uniform. But I know for a fact that the uniform in 1989 at Disneyland Splash Mountain was different. Because I was watching this Ernest Ride Splash Mountain video. And yeah, that was filmed in 1989, and you can see that the male and female uniforms are a lot different, and it's a lot different than the current uniforms of today. But yeah, the male shirt is blue and white, whereas the female shirt is red and white. The male is also wearing red suspenders. The female is not. And the male is wearing khaki pants, long pants, mind you, and the female is wearing blue long pants. So there is a big difference in what the male and female wore in 1989 at California's Disneyland. So yeah, honestly, I just wanted to take a look at these uniforms that the Splash Mountain employees are wearing today. Just because, I was looking at Splash Mountain videos. I haven't seen anyone, make a video devoted exclusively to the, uniforms that the cast members wear. I think maybe in a few years after Splash Mountain closes and gets rethemed, that people might look back and wonder what the uniforms look like. Maybe. I just wanted to make a different video and talk about a different aspect of Splash Mountain. So I chose to talk about the uniforms here. And I think it's really cool that the male and female uniforms are, dynamically different in terms of the upper outerwear. Because there's a lot of different, rides out there, and then the uniforms are literally uniform. It's all the same outfit. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this look at these uniforms. If you didn't like it, then you can just say, hey, your videos are terrible, stop posting on YouTube. Yeah, someday, that'll come true. But I love making videos, and I love Splash Mountain. And if they do ever retheme it, I'll be pretty sad, because I'm always gonna love that music that they put on there, especially Zippity Doo Dah, and also the How Do You Do. I love those songs. Anyways, guys, this video is too long. Leave your comments in the comment section. I will see you guys later.